States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing as I ask Vincenza Elia to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets burned glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and home of the brave?
Great job. All right, roll.
Alderman Tobin. Here. Alderman Jean-Francois.
Here.
Alderman Johnson.
Here.
Alderwoman Ray.
Here.
Alderman Kleiner.
Here.
Alderman Green.
Here.
Alderman Witt.
Here.
Alderman Massey.
Here.
Council President Rodriguez.
Here.
Quorum is present.
I have a motion to waive the rules. Motion by Alderman Massey, seconded by Alderman Green. All in favor? Aye. All right. Good evening, everyone. It's a great honor to welcome everybody to the State of the City. Tonight, we come together as a community, residents, business owners, public servants, and leaders, united to share our commitments to continue the progress of our city. Right now, our city clerk will announce our guests.
Good evening. With us this evening, we have Middletown School Superintendent Amy Creedon, We have Middletown Board of Education members Ed Estrada, who's also the president. School Board member John Perino. Former School Board President Bishop John Williams. Representing the office of Congressman Patrick Ryan, we have Maria Ingracia. Representing the office of State Assemblyman Paula Kay, we have Rachel Steingart. And representing the Orange County Legislature, we have Janet Sutherland.
All right, over the past year, we have faced challenges, embraced new opportunities, taken meaningful steps towards building a stronger and more vibrant future. Through it all, we have been guided by a leader with a steadfast vision, unwavering dedication, and deep commitment to improving the lives of every resident. Mayor Joe DeStefano has been the tireless advocate of our city, championing economic development, expanding our public service, and ensuring for every neighborhood that we have a voice in each neighborhood. Under his leadership, we welcome new investments, enhanced infrastructure, and renew our focus in innovations. Tonight, we look forward to ahead for our future, and we'll hear directly from the leader driving the progress forward. It is my great pleasure to introduce our mayor of our city, Joe DeStefano.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. First, I want to begin by thanking Vincenza, a Middletown High School scholar, Scholar Star, and appreciate the superintendent's recommendation of her opening with the national anthem. You did a fantastic job. The bad news is that I'm very long-winded tonight, so you might be a little bored, but the good news is I have a serious case of laryngitis. So that's why I'm sitting up here to this other mic, and so it might cut it a little bit shorter if I can, but I'm going to try to struggle through. We already canceled once, and I didn't want to cancel again. So good evening, everyone, and thank you all for coming. It is my honor to sit before you today to deliver the State of the City address. And as we reflect on the past year, we're reminded of the resilience, determination, and spirit that defines our community, the City of Middletown. Despite the challenges we have faced, we have made significant strides in improving the lives of all those who call this city home. Together, as a common council, as a city administration, we have built neighborhoods, stronger neighborhoods, supported local businesses, and invested in infrastructure that will all support future generations. Today, I want to share with you the progress we have made, the opportunities ahead of us, and the continued efforts we will undertake to create a brighter future for our city. From economic development to public safety, from education, in which we coordinate and work with our school superintendent, Amy Creedon, and the Middletown School Board led by Edwin Estrada, to the sustainability of our city. We are focused on building a community where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. However, none of this can be done alone. You need the support of your family, and I would like to thank my wife, Linda, and my daughters, my sister, Maria, their husbands, grandchildren, my grandchildren, of course, the captain of our ship, Mary, my secretary. At least she thinks she's the captain of the ship. It is only through collaboration between our city officials, community leaders, businesses, and residents that we will continue to make our city an even better place to live, work, and raise a family. Not just for some residents, but for all residents. National politics are certainly front and center in everyone's mind these days. A lot of noise coming out of DC focuses on immigrants and their role in today's America. Middletown has been shaped by generations of immigrants whose hard work, culture, and determination built the foundation of our city. From the earliest settlers to the waves of newcomers, like my grandparents and some of my aunts and uncles who arrived here seeking opportunity. Immigrants have played a vital role in our city's growth and success. They contributed to industries, established businesses, enriched our neighborhoods, like the one I grew up on in Prince Street and Montgomery Street area of the First Ward. And this was all done with diverse traditions and perspectives. We honor their legacy by continuing to celebrate the spirit of inclusion, opportunity that has defined Middletown for over a century. Our city stands as a testament to the strength and resilience of those who came here in search of a better life, and we remain committed to fostering a welcoming and vibrant community for all. Today, I sit here to reaffirm a simple yet powerful truth. Our city is stronger, more vibrant, and more prosperous because of our immigrant communities. Throughout our history, immigrants from so many countries have shaped our neighborhoods, fueled our economy, and enriched our culture. They have come here in search of opportunity, in pursuit of a better future for themselves, and most importantly, for their children. Nevertheless, deporting undocumented felons is an important part for ensuring public safety in our city and throughout our country. We must uphold the rule of law in that case. When individuals who have committed serious crimes are allowed to remain in this country and in our city, it undermines the integrity of the justice system and poses a risk to community. Deporting felons, regardless of where they committed their offenses, helps protect residents, deter future criminal behavior, and sends a clear message that criminal actions have consequences regardless of immigration status. Those of us who are involved daily with this issue fully understand that how one defines a criminal law is important, a very important part of this policy. We will continue with the policy set forth by Attorney General James of enforcing criminal warrants, and in very rare cases, administrative warrants. But for the most part, we are only enforcing general criminal warrants. By prioritizing the removal of individuals who pose a threat to public safety, we strengthen the security and well-being of all residents and citizens. At the same time, we must ensure that every person, regardless of where they were born, can live without fear, work with dignity, and dream without limits in our city. Our children, no matter their background, deserve safe homes, good schools, and a future filled with hope. As a city, I believe that most of us, if not all of us, are committed to standing by our immigrant families. We will continue to advocate for policies that protect their rights, provide access to essential services, and ensure that every child, no matter their status, has the chance to learn, grow, and contribute to the city they call home. Let me be clear. This city will always be a place where diversity is celebrated, where opportunity is open to all, and where no one is left behind if we can help it. We will not turn our backs on the hardworking men, women, and children who call this place their home. Let us hope that this one-size-fits-all approach to immigration ends soon. Felons are deported, and pathways are created for citizens and families, or for residents and families, whose children are citizens to remain here in our city, in our country. We are so fortunate also to have someone who came here at the age of 7 years old as an immigrant, gentleman sitting to my left, Miguel Rodriguez. So Miguel knows the immigrant experience. He experienced it firsthand. Miguel and I have worked together for the past 14 years as a team that has led our city, and each of our council members brings something special to the table. They come with a wealth of experiences, knowledge, and expertise, a very active common council, and their input is valuable and essential in making informed and well-rounded decisions for our city. This year, long-serving Second Ward Alderman Jerry Kleiner will be retiring. I thank Jerry for his many years of service to our city, to the Second Ward, and for being a leader on issues related to homelessness. Jerry, I can honestly tell you, you have made a difference in our approach to certain issues. So on behalf of the residents of the city of Middletown, I wanted to say thank you and give you a nice little hand. Now, Jerry reminded me before the meeting that he wears that tie once a year to this event, so this is the last time you're going to see that tie. That leads me to take a moment to recognize and celebrate the incredible career of Assemblywoman Aileen Gunther, who retired in 2024 after 20 years of dedicated service to our community. Prior to her service in the New York State Assembly, Aileen's late husband, Jake Gunther, represented the city of Middletown for 14 years. So we have a total of 34 years of Gunthers representing Middletown in the city of Albany. Throughout her tenure, Aileen has been a steadfast advocate for the people of the city and region, tirelessly working to improve the lives of all of our residents. At our December meeting, Council President Rodriguez and I presented on behalf of Middletown the key to our city. We extended our heartfelt gratitude for her years of service and wish her all the best in her well-deserved retirement. So once again, thank you, Assemblywoman Aileen Gunther, for all you have done for our city. We are now represented, though, by Paula Kay, our new member of the Assembly, representing the Middletown and Wallkill areas, along with a large portion of Sullivan County. Congratulations to our Assemblywoman on her successful election, and I look forward to working with you as we secure more grants coming into our city. So welcome, Assemblywoman Paula Kay, and I know Rachel is here, and I thank you, and I hope you convey that message back to the Assemblywoman. We also recognize the importance of our partnerships with our federal and state leaders, such as Congressman Ryan, who has delivered millions of infrastructure funding from Washington to rebuild our water distribution system. Our congressional representatives have maintained an office here at City Hall, staffed by Director of Constituent Service, Maria Ingracia, who is also here, and they serve so many. Also representing us is Senator James Skoufis, probably the hardest working state legislator that I've met, and probably the most effective in the New York State Senate. His presence here in Middletown has been nothing short of spectacular. Skoufis has delivered millions in funding for sidewalks, a parking garage, local youth and senior programs, the fire and police departments, and so much more. So I need to acknowledge and thank both Congressman Ryan and Senator Skoufis for their leadership. I would also like to take a moment to applaud the dedicated department heads who are here tonight, who lead our city's essential services and operations. Their tireless work and exceptional leadership and unwavering commitment to excellence ensure that our city runs smoothly and that we continue to make progress toward our shared vision. From the police department to the fire department, from public works to economic development, from parks and recreation to our senior department, along with the treasurer, assessor's office, clerk's office, each department brings invaluable expertise to the table, makes our jobs a lot easier. Their ability to collaborate, innovate, and tackle challenges head-on has been a key to our success. I am deeply grateful for their hard work and proud to have them as part of our leadership team, so I just wanted to once again applaud all of you and thank you. But city government is much more than just public safety and snowplows, although Jacob seems to think it's mostly snowplows.
And water.
And water, yes. I sincerely appreciate the dedication and expertise of our assessor, Marion Feely, whose hard work ensures fairness, accuracy, and transparency in property assessments across our community. While we do need taxes to run the city, and I'm sure most people understand that, Marion's office goes out of their way to make sure that you, the public, are aware of what programs you may be entitled to. Not such a big thing, a minor thing, but her efforts this year to send out postcards encouraging residents to check in with their eligibility for senior or veterans exemptions was incredibly well received. We had a lot of positive feedback from people appreciating that effort on her behalf. Marion's commitment to maintaining equitable property valuations plays a crucial role in supporting city services and ensuring taxpayers are treated fairly. City Clerk Rick McCormick has been on the job for about 3 years. He's had an amazing impact on our community. The clerk is the backbone of our local government operations. His office ensures transparency, efficiency, and accessibility in all official records, public meetings, and municipal operations. His efforts to increase community engagement, such as a citywide yard sale, cleanups, extend way behind his scope of work here at City Hall. Along with Eileen Hansen, Rick, they run our social media network and Channel 20. Their commitment to serving residents with professionalism and integrity helps keep our city running smoothly. Whether overseeing vital records, managing elections, or ensuring open government, City Clerk plays a crucial role in maintaining trust and efficiency in City Hall. Corporation Counsel Alex Smith, Assistant Corporation Counsel Rich Krogan, and his office, through their diligence and professionalism, the Corporation Counsel Office plays a vital role in shaping policy, resolving legal challenges, and ensuring transparency and accountability in all municipal affairs. Their work is essential to keeping the city on a strong legal foundation, and believe me, we need it, allowing us to govern effectively and serve our community with confidence. I want to take a moment to recognize and express my appreciation for also our city treasurer, Leonora Liz, whose dedication and financial stewardship play a critical role in keeping our city fiscally strong. For the past 12 consecutive years, 12 years in a row, the city has met the New York State tax cap, has been at or below the New York State tax cap. This is thanks to Leonora and her predecessor, Don Paris. I noticed Don's here in the back somewhere. And I want to thank both Leonora and Don for their commitment and their professionalism in running the finance office as city treasurer. This is not an easy task, as you know. Leonora's careful management of public funds, commitment to transparency, and focus on responsible budgeting ensure that we can continue to provide essential services and invest in the future of our community. Through our hard work and expertise, we have been able to maintain financial stability, improve efficiencies, and make strategic investments that benefit all residents. The work done on the health insurance options for employees has resulted in significant savings for our taxpayers. Implementation of the time clock program, worked on for many years, the human resource hub for our employees, along with a strong audited fund balance of over $15,500,000 is noted. That is the city savings, $15,500,000. The treasurer's leadership in overseeing city finances helps us build a stronger, more sustainable future for generations to come. Leonora, you and your staff's contributions are invaluable, and we are grateful for all you have done to keep our city moving forward. This year, though, there will be a change in one of our quasi-city agencies, and that is the current secretary of the Civil Service Commission, Mr. Joe Massey, will be retiring. Civil Service is an agency shared with the Middletown School District and the Library District, and I believe the Housing Authority. And prior to Mr. Massey taking over this responsibility, was managed rather poorly. The city had a lot of problems up in Albany. I credit Mr. Massey for straightening out this agency and for many years of service. While he will remain as an alderman, he has passed the torch on to his longtime assistant, Pam Welch. So I wanted to say welcome, Pam, and you're here tonight. So welcome to your first state of the city. Was that for Massey or Pam? I think it was for Pam. At City Hall, we look at our seniors as the heart of our community, and it is in part our responsibility to ensure that they have resources, support, and opportunities to live healthy, fulfilling lives. That's why, as mayor, I'm committed to investing in strong senior programs that promote wellness, social engagement, and independence. I made sure that Director Jalissa Sierra has the tools and funding to ensure Mulberry House Center continues to be a place where seniors find purpose and opportunity. At the end of 2024, our numbers in the senior program increased by 400 and now stand at nearly 3,900. This year, we'll be adding a new bus that will complement the over 7,500 rides in 2024. We have applied for funding and have been receiving some positive feedback to upgrade the current facility, and I'm confident that we will receive these grant funds. These programs provide essential services such as transportation, recreational opportunities and activities, and access to healthcare resources, ensuring that our seniors remain active and connected. Beyond services, they create a sense of community, allowing our older residents to build friendships, share experiences, and continue contributing to their wisdom and talents to our city. We value the immeasurable contributions of our seniors, and we will continue working to enhance and expand programs that support their needs. I will continue to examine ways we can build and develop this program even more. A city that cares about its seniors is a city that thrives, and we're thriving. We support our seniors, we honor them, their contributions, and ensure they continue to thrive as valued members of our city. Now it's time to take a look back on the successes we've celebrated and look ahead to the bold steps we will take together to move forward and move our city forward. Improvements to a community are often the heart of a city's revitalization efforts, reflecting commitment to enhancing the quality of life for all of our residents. These efforts typically focus on addressing key areas that affect daily life and community well-being. As we continue to grow and evolve as a city, we are now the largest city in Orange County due to the recent census numbers. Ensuring that everyone has access to safe, affordable housing remains a top priority. I am proud of our record, which includes a comprehensive set of initiatives aimed at addressing our housing challenges and building a city where everyone can reach success. Middletown continues to lead the Mid-Hudson in the affordable housing area on a per capita basis, and we have more units than almost just about every community in the Mid-Hudson. Historically, the city worked to provide affordable units primarily through the Middletown Housing Authority. We have Debbie Mills here this evening from the Housing Authority. We have begun discussions with the Middletown Housing Authority to construct an additional 100 affordable units somewhere on MHA property. Our city has not shied away from its responsibility to provide affordable housing. We remain committed to ensuring that every resident, regardless of income, has access to safe, stable, and affordable housing. Through strategic investments, partnerships, and policies, we continue to expand housing opportunities while preserving existing affordable units. Housing is a fundamental right, and we will not back down from this challenge. We have worked very hard in this area, and we are now recognized by New York State as a pro-housing community, a designation that takes work and requires that you have made a significant effort in the affordable housing area. Not everyone qualifies for this designation. But this designation will also improve our grant applications for various New York State programs, even those unrelated to housing. At the same time, we agree that rents are out of control. Working with Alderman Johnson, we have been examining options available to us under state law including Good Cause or ETPA. We have met with the advocates on both sides of the issue. A public hearing was held on March 4th here at City Hall to hear all for and against this proposal, and I believe the council is committed to addressing this issue. That was the first step in this process. At the same time, owning a home remains a goal for so many. We are proud to continue our home ownership initiatives aimed at making this city a reality for most residents, a reality for more residents in our city. This year, we are on target to complete our 17th home of 20 properties in the program through our home buyer program. Excuse me. This unique local program revitalizes vacant properties for home ownership, creating sustainable housing. We also continue to provide low-interest loans and grants for those who already own homes. Our renovation program helps improve properties and increase home values, making our neighborhood stronger and more vibrant. By expanding these programs, we are helping more people achieve the dream of home ownership and building the long-term financial security for their families. Of the 15 homes that have been sold, each and every one is still occupied by the original owner, and there is a 10-year requirement that they stay in those homes. However, these programs are impacted by the federal freeze on spending. They are valuable resources that assist many senior citizens who may need a handicap ramp or fix a leaky roof. So once again, we need to have our voices heard in Washington, D.C., and we need to speak up about these programs. This past year, we have proven what is possible when we come together as a community, from creating the affordable housing options to launching innovative youth programs. Our collective efforts have touched the lives of thousands of residents. We have made a real difference, not just in the appearance of our city, which is quite obvious, but in the spirit and pride of those who call it home. And while there's still work to be done, the progress we achieve shows that together we can overcome any challenge and build a brighter future. In the area of public safety, we are pleased to report that crime rates in our city have shown significant decline, reflecting the success of our continued efforts. This positive trend is a testament to the dedication of our law enforcement officials. Chief Iwanchu and his staff are here this evening, so I want to applaud you for that hard work. Thank you. The community engagement initiatives created by the chief, strategic crime prevention programs, and all of these are just positive effects in our communities and in our neighborhoods. By investing in neighborhood policing, which we have done heavily, youth outreach, public safety measures, we are fostering safer communities and a stronger sense of security for our residents. While this progress is encouraging, we remain committed to sustaining and improving these efforts to ensure long-term safety and well-being for all. We thank our residents, local law enforcement led by the chief, and community leaders for their collaboration in making our city a safer place to live, work, and thrive. There are significant issues, though, on a state level that need to be addressed regarding our primary responsibility as elected officers and that is the safety of our residents, and we cannot and should not be silent. New York State passed bail reform laws enacted in 2020 aimed to reduce pretrial incarceration and to address disparities in the justice system. However, they have failed as written, and I will continue to speak very loudly for change, as I have over the past few years. Well-intended, I'm sure, but the unintended consequences remain and have raised concerns about public safety and the effectiveness of the system, not just here in Middletown, but all over New York State. Studies and reports suggest a correlation between bail reform and certain crime increases, particularly in offenses like robbery and grand larceny. In 2024, we saw 24 offenders arrested more than 5 times in our city alone. Each one arrested more than 5 times just in the city of Middletown. One of those offenders was arrested 15 separate times. Over the past 2 weeks, you have read about one person who has been arrested over 20 times between Wallkill, Middletown, and state police. Obvious in need of mental health treatment, continually released from programs, and I believe out of fear that the program operators can't handle them. He has 9 open misdemeanors. This is unacceptable to our community and should be unacceptable to the state legislature, and it must change. A second area of concern is legislation that would make charges involving threats of mass harm against a school district bail eligible. This one hits close to home since the Middletown District has been the victim of these types of threats quite often over the past few years. County Judge Craig Brown had set bail on a similar case a few years back, but that determination now needs support and clarification in state law to ensure that making a terroristic threat against a school district qualifies for bail. Unlike many states, New York does not allow judges to consider the defendant's threat to public safety when making bail decisions. Restoring judicial discretion would allow the courts to differentiate between low-risk individuals and those who may reoffend if released. I know the governor has passed some reforms. We need more. I know that our legislators that represent the city, Senator Skoufis and Assemblywoman Paula Kay, are both strong supporters of changing the system. But it will take continued outrage from the public all over New York State to make that happen. A more balanced approach would ensure that nonviolent, low-level offenders are not unfairly detained, while allowing judges to hold individuals who do pose a risk. The only way to do this is to give the judges the discretion to evaluate a defendant's condition, and period. There's no other way to do it other than giving the judges back that discretion. Throughout my tenure as mayor and working with Chief Iwachu, I have been committed to ensuring that our police officers have the best tools and equipment necessary to protect and serve our community effectively. This includes collaborating with law enforcement partners outside of our jurisdiction, including the New York State Police, DA's office, the Sheriff's Office, State Liquor Authority, FBI, Safe Streets, New York State Liquor Authority, everyone, ATF. We cooperate with all. The city hosts the Orange County Police Chiefs Association training facility as part of our cooperative deal, in which their trainees work with our youth, trying to create that relationship between police and youth in our community. We also signed an officer to the Hudson Valley Crime Analysis Center, led by former Middletown Police Lieutenant Frank Graziano, which gives our department direct access to extensive additional resources. Our officers are amongst the best trained in the area, dealing with those who have mental health issues, but as Chief Iwachu has stated recently, the police are not the answer here. We have hired a coordinator of services, non-police officer, that works closely with the police, going out on calls, and those that need to coordinate services for those who need it. In many cases, there's nowhere to send them. The system is sick, the system is broken, and we as a public need to speak out to our state legislators who are on our side to also be able to convince those state legislators who are not on our side to realize that this is a very important issue here in New York State. Public safety is a top priority. It has been and will continue to be. Developing and maintaining these relationships between my office and these law enforcement agencies is an important part of my job. With guidance from the chief, I've made it a priority to equip our officers with the latest technology, protective gear, and resources that are essential to their success in keeping themselves and our neighborhoods safe. From state-of-the-art communication systems and body cameras to modern patrol vehicles and life-saving protective gear, we are making strategic investments to enhance officer safety and operational efficiency that leads to better protection of our residents and their property. By providing this best equipment and training available, we are not only improving response times and crime prevention efforts, but also strengthening accountability and public trust. For our city, a city of our size, to provide this type of equipment on a regular basis, we do rely on federal and state partners. Congressman Ryan funded our camera project with a $300,000 grant. Senator Skoufis has been so active in his advocacy for our city over the past few years, supplying over $500,000 in state grants directed towards policing policies that have also been secured. Assemblywoman Kay is already fighting for additional funding for us in the area of police services, and I've met with her in Albany to discuss options moving forward, including legislation that she has introduced to make an assault on law enforcement officers, similar to what just happened in Middletown, bail eligible. We've had 2 attacks on police officers, one with a vehicle and one just the other day. And one of them was released without bail. This one was recently held with bail, but I believe it's going to the grand jury. But these offenses need to be bail eligible, giving the judge the discretion to set bail. But my point again is this: these partnerships with other elected officials matter, and they don't just happen. We work to foster these relationships for the good of our constituents and of our community and of our business community. So I wanted to thank all three, Congressman Ryan, Senator Skoufis, and Paula Kay, Assemblywoman, for their friendship and advocacy on behalf of the city of Middletown. Our officers put their lives on the line every day, and they deserve the highest level of support and that all of us and that represent the city can give them. We continue to work closely with law enforcement to assess their needs and ensure that they have the necessary resources to do their jobs safely and effectively. This department is well-equipped, well-managed by Chief Awanchu and his commanders, well-trained, well-respected by the community, resulting in a police force that creates a safer, stronger community for all that live here, do business here, and visit. Earlier this month, this gentleman, Patrick Cunningham, retired as a lieutenant in the Middletown Police Department. Patrick had a rewarding career, and his retirement walkout was the largest that I can recall. A large part of this turnout was his friends and family and professional relationships. I also believe that part of it was his connection to this community. I recall his interviews for promotions and the pride he demonstrated as being born and raised here in the city of Middletown. Patrolman Elisha Hodges, also raised here in the city of Middletown and attended Middletown schools, was just made a permanent officer off of probation a couple of weeks ago. So tonight, I'm going to shamelessly use Lieutenant Cunningham and Patrolman Hodges as recruitment tools without their permission. My message to them and to others born here and raised here in the city is you can do it too. On May 3rd, 2025, we are giving the police exam. Applications are due by March 31st at noon. Please look into it. It's a wonderful career, it's a wonderful community to work for, and we're looking for a few good men and women. So please consider joining the Middletown Police Department, or at least taking that test on May 3rd. Our Public Works Department is the backbone of our city, and of course, led by the one and only. Somebody else wants to say it now, work to Jacob, he'll listen now. Ensuring that essential services run smoothly and that our infrastructure remains strong. From maintaining our roads and bridges to keeping our parks, water, assisting the Parks Department on improvements, our water and sewer systems, and sanitation services operating efficiently, the hard work of that department impacts the daily lives of every resident. This past year, DPW has made incredible strides in improving our streets, upgrading critical infrastructure, and responding swiftly to weather-related challenges. Their dedication to keeping the city clean, safe, and functional is a testament to their professionalism and commitment to service. An important part of that infrastructure is facilities. The city of Middletown has faced a state mandate to expand its court facilities to accommodate a second full-time judge because the state changed the system and they went to regional courts now. So Middletown is one of those regional courts. Our city courts have become, as I said, the regional courts, so we were required by state mandate to add a second court. The existing courthouse adjacent to the police department is not large enough for two courts, leading us to use these chambers on certain days as an additional courtroom. Not the best solution, but it was workable. To address this, the city planned to renovate the former federal courthouse on South Street, which has been vacant since its closure in 2014. This renovation aims to consolidate all city court proceedings into a single functional location, reducing operational costs for the Office of Court Administration and freeing up space here at City Hall. The state demanded the city pay for the entire cost. I said no for 6 years. We offered to split the cost, and we battled with them for 6 years. We were at a stalemate with the state over who should pay. The total cost of the renovation was estimated at $6 million, and neither side was moving. Senator Skoufis even before he was elected to represent us, once his district was changed, that his new district would include Middletown, went right to bat for us, held meetings here in this chamber with the Office of Court Administration, and basically laid it out that I'm going to find you $3 million in the state budget, the city's going to put in $3 million, and we're going to make this project work. And that's exactly what happened. Keep in mind, we already had $2.7 million grant from Assemblywoman Aileen Gunther in 2016 for the building's purchase. So the total cost of this project will be in the area of $9 million. That $9 million was what the state of New York expected the city of Middletown to pay. We are now on the hook for $3 million of it, but we will now expand the police department, moving their basement offices into the former courthouse. The renovation has begun on South Street, and we hope the courthouse project will be complete in 2026. When you build a new facility, it's always an opportunity to honor somebody who has meant an awful lot to your community. So tonight, it is with a great honor and pride that as a body, and I've shared this with the council and have had basically unanimous, or near unanimous, everyone has responded, support for naming the new Middletown Courthouse as the Honorable Angelo J. Ingrassia Memorial Courthouse. His daughter Maria is here. Just a little background on Judge Ingrassia. He's a Middletown native, Middletown area native, lived here his entire life in the city, just about. He was a highly respected judge, known for his dedication to justice, fairness, and public service. Also a nice Italian boy from Middletown. Judge Ingrassia's legacy extends beyond the courtroom, as he was a pillar of our community, admired for his wisdom, integrity, and unwavering dedication to serving others. His impact on the legal system and the lives of those who we touch will be remembered for generations. He rose to become the administrative judge of the 9th Judicial District from 1990 to 1998, overseeing courts in Orange, Rockland, Westchester, Dutchess, and Putnam counties. So to the Ingrassia family, congratulations on this well-deserved honor. We're looking forward to Momsy at home right now, cutting the ribbon, and hopefully that'll be as soon as Jacob gets this project done.
No rush.
No delays. Moving on to code enforcement. We all know that a strong and effective code enforcement department is essential to maintaining the safety, health, and quality of life in our city. By ensuring properties and buildings comply with these local codes and regulations, the department plays a vital role in protecting residents, preserving property values, and fostering a clean and orderly community. When one thinks of public safety, usually police and fire services come to mind, as they should. But protecting public safety also includes enforcing building codes to prevent hazardous conditions, such as structural fires, structural issues, fire risk, and unsafe living environments. Recently, Fire Inspector Mike Watery sent an email to myself and others involved in the code and public safety programs regarding a tragic fire in Binghamton, New York, in which a firefighter died. His message was about the dangers of responding to these types of incidents. And while some tragedies are unavoidable, our efforts in this area will certainly reduce the risk to the public and our emergency personnel as well. This was sent as an emotional response to Binghamton, but straight to the point. Addressing violations that could pose dangers to residents, such as illegal housing units or neglected properties, is their job. A well-managed code department is not about punishing people or property owners. It's about creating a safer, healthier, and more vibrant city for everyone. By ensuring compliance with local laws and promoting responsible property management, this department plays a critical role in the long-term success of our community. We appreciate the public's assistance in this area as they keep an eye on their neighborhoods and share that information with us. In the area of sanitation, the mechanical arm trucks continue to be a great investment. Our residents have been remarkable in complying with the new regulations, and as a result, our streets are cleaner and our staff is safer. It's so much safer for our employees. This program requires significant investment of your taxpayer dollars, and I appreciate that so many are cooperating. But on another public works matter, the question that I do get quite frequently is, why don't you lower our water and sewer bills? It's Jacob's fault. Yeah. And I wish I could, but it's not that simple, and here's why. Water is one of our city's most essential resources, as you all know, and ensuring reliable, clean, safe water and water service is a top priority. From providing drinking water to homes and businesses, to supporting public health, fire protection, economic growth, our water system is the backbone of our community. We all witnessed a tragedy that happened in California recently due to the lack of water, but not only the lack of water, but the lack of pressure. We must continue to invest in our system. Our dedicated DPW team, led by Jacob Tweel, and his commissioners, Brian Smith and Ross Mastria, work tirelessly to maintain and improve our aging infrastructure. And it is aging, ensuring that residents have uninterrupted service and access to high-quality water and sewer services. Through ongoing investments in modern technology and sustainable practices, we are committed to preserving the vital resource for future generations. Access to clean water is not just a service. It is a necessity for the daily life, public safety, and the overall well-being of our city. We will continue to prioritize the maintenance and enhancement of our water system to ensure that every resident and business has the reliable service that they need and deserve. Water and sewer services are our lifeline. The city owns, operates, and depends on miles and miles of raw water lines outside of the city. Our watershed goes all the way to Greenville to convey water to our treatment plants. We continue to monitor, inspect, maintain with plans to replace them in the near future. These investments are the types that the average person does not see, yet they are also the most expensive. We were successful in securing a $5 million grant through New York State for Phase 1 of replacing the water main from Kinch Reservoir to the Shawanga Reservoir. This grant required a local match of 40% of city funds, and the total project cost is $8.3 million. Congressman Ryan's office secured an additional $1 million EPA grant. Design work started in late 2024, and construction is expected to begin in 25-26. But guess what? On March 12th, 2025, I was notified that the GOP did not include this and many other necessary funding issues in the continuing resolution bill. This is a disgraceful move by the GOP Congress, and final funding for this project is still up in the air. And this is why what's happening in Washington is going to affect all of us in small cities like Middletown, New York. A lot of what is happening there, Congressman Ryan told me today that they are threatening 80% layoffs with HUD. HUD, you heard me talk about before, with all of the money that comes into our community for seniors, for handicap access, for food programs. All of these programs are being cut dramatically. So you need to call your congressman, you need to write to your congressman, you need to speak to your senators, let them know this is unacceptable and that we're not going to tolerate it. Without these funds, a lot of these projects will be put on hold. In addition, these are expensive systems to operate, and we have been very creative on the revenue side. For example, and we're doing our share, over $500,000 in revenue by taking in septic from haulers that Jacob was able to negotiate. We have wholesale water agreements with Wayanda and Wallkill that generate over $1 million per year. We negotiated with Orange County and now have the water rights to 1 million gallons of water a day out of the Indigo Creek. And we're working with the county to undertake the necessary studies to implement that water taking permit. This project alone has a potential for over $5 million a year in revenue to the city once up and running online and being wholesaled out to surrounding communities. County Executive Newhouse and I recently attended, along with Jacob, the Orange County IDA meeting, and we were successful in obtaining a grant of $514,000 from the Orange County IDA to fund the $714,000 study required to move to the next step. So we're not just going to go out and pump water, we're going to do the necessary engineering studies that are required to make sure we protect the resource and of where we're drawing the water from, but at the same time have the ability to transport it into our reservoir systems, which are adjacent to the Indigo Creek. So the city and the county will pay $100,000 each. This will allow us to wholesale more water outside the city limits, maintaining the necessary amount for development within the city at the same time. We will hopefully complete our agreement with Goshen for the Amy's water that was never utilized, and we have cut off that agreement. They've gone beyond their deadline, so the Amy's project, at least from my perspective at this time, is dead, but with a potential revenue of over $2 million annually if we're able to continue our negotiations with taking that Amy's district water and selling it to the town of Goshen and to the county of Orange, who are desperately in need of water and sewer services at some of the county facilities in the town of Goshen. We also negotiated with New York State to run water and sewer lines down Route 17M and will be the provider of service to the new Mid-Hudson Psychiatric Facility. We hope that our role in this played a small role in the decision to rebuild Mid-Hudson, which was at one time threatened to be shut down. Well, whether we did or didn't, we are going to be running the water and sewer lines down 17M, which will create other opportunities for us once the Indigo Reservoir is developed. We provide gray water, treated sewage to CPV. Controversial, I understand at the time. We thought we were doing the right thing by saving groundwater. Some people disagree, but the bottom line is they're not using well water, they're using treated sewage to cool their plant. This is a $550,000 annual revenue to the city. These are just a few creative examples of what we as a city can do to improve and invest in this aging system without placing additional burdens on our users. It's important work that requires my office working with our commissioner to meet with neighboring communities, which we have done frequently, state and county representatives, and professionals hired to work on our behalf. The reason it was important was demonstrated earlier this year when the region went into drought protocols for the first time in many years. Working with Commissioner Tawil, we immediately mobilized city crews to set up a pumping station operation from the Indigo Creek that allowed us to safely maneuver through the crisis. While we were fortunate to have this water system, thanks to the vision of our leaders many decades ago, we must at the same time have that same foresight in protecting this asset. We were awarded over $6 million in New York State grants to protect the watershed area, as I said, extending all the way to Greenville, and continue to purchase property that could negatively impact our water systems. The former horse farm on Guymar Turnpike no longer has horses on it, and was one of those properties that we purchased. Once purchased by us, they will remain forever green, which I think meets the goals of the surrounding townships, and they will provide clean runoff for the city water sources. Our reservoir system consists of many dams. The Shawanga Dam modification cost $4.2 million, is now complete. Kinch is substantially complete at a cost of $1.5 million, and we continue to seek additional grant funds related to work on other city-owned dams. We were also awarded $500,000 on a water main from the treatment plant, water treatment plant down Monhegan Avenue. That cost a total of $4 million. We completed water tank upgrades with scraping and painting that cost $1.2 million. The new Mountain Avenue water tank cost $4.2 million, and the High Barney tank cost $3.2 million. You see the amount of funds that are necessary to maintain this system, and that's why your water rates are a little bit on the higher end, but I think you can appreciate the fact that our system operates efficiently, that we have adequate supply, that we can generate additional funds moving forward, and that we have a plan in place to keep this system operating. And the importance of water tanks, people ask me, well, if we have reservoirs, why do we need tanks? And it's because it pressurizes the system. It's the fire protection that you need in your community or in your home, or your water needs, when you turn on that fountain, you want the water to come out. You don't want it to dribble out. So looking ahead, we will continue to invest in our Public Works Department, upgrading equipment, improving sustainability efforts, and enhancing services to meet the growing needs of our community. I want to personally thank each and every DPW employee for their hard work and tireless dedication. Your efforts keep the city moving forward. We are grateful for all you do. If you could keep Jacob out of my office a little bit more, I'd appreciate that even more. But for the most part, I want to say thank you to all of you and give you a nice big hand. As mentioned, we have had great success in the grant area, and we do fight for every penny. These public works projects take time and commitment from my office, and obviously, the expertise comes from Jacob's office. As mayor, I am a permanent voting member of the Orange County Transportation Council, where federal funding for transit projects related transit projects in the county are discussed, and projects are targeted for funding. These funds usually come in with an 80% grant and a 20% local match. Working with Commissioner Tawil, many of the projects that you have witnessed around town also received an additional 15% in New York State funding from the Mayor Shelley Fund that left the local share at 5%. I'm sure that you noticed the upgrading of traffic lights, ADA compliant intersections, pedestrian crossing signals, road reconstruction, new sidewalks throughout the city, the brick-looking crosswalks, intersections throughout the city. We've completed 14 miles of curbs and sidewalks. We completed $4.7 million in construction in '22, $9.2 million in '23, $9.8 million in '24. The project is scheduled to be finalized in '25. Add to that $10 million in the Downtown Revitalization Initiative funding. Almost everything that you see out there in sidewalks, curbing, parking lots, landscaping, traffic signals, a good portion of that was 95% funded through the state and federal governments and through the Orange County Transportation Council. These are funds that we have to go fight for. I know some people are critical of the fact that we're putting in new sidewalks or we're doing work, but we put sidewalks in where never had sidewalks. Go down Dulcin Avenue. Have you seen a sidewalk going down Dulcin Avenue to the shopping area? People in the apartments could not get to the shop right across the street. There were no sidewalks. People on Sprague Avenue could not walk down the shop right. There were no sidewalks. Those sidewalks now exist because of this program and funding of these programs. So we'll take the critics on. I think people see through it. They see their eyes. They see the improvements that are being made. They know that the DRI funds were very effective in assisting in this infrastructure project. In fact, Maria Bruni, through her calculations to the Economic Development Office, have identified over $46 million of private investment since the DRI announcement in 2016. So these are not just funds that come into our community and die. These funds are invested, they're leveraged, they bring in private investment, they bring in additional public investment, and we're happy with the results. Bottom line is we're committed to making our city safer, healthier, and more connected for all residents. We have submitted funding requests for an additional $20 million to extend the sidewalk program into more neighborhoods. We're into Wickham Avenue all the way up to just about the intersection of Wisner. We're down Sproat Street. We're partially on Sproat. We're on Wisner, Lower Highland. We're all over this city with sidewalks. We'll continue to submit for more programs, and we'll continue to work hard on bringing that money in. But we want to ensure families that they can walk and bike to schools, their access to their parks, local businesses, do that with greater ease and safety. And we're doing that, and I think people see it. But these new sidewalks not only improve pedestrian safety by separating walkers from traffic, they also promote a more active lifestyle and reduce their carbon footprint. Some people care about it, some people don't, but it's important to many. Thanks to the input from our community, we have identified areas where sidewalks are most needed, and we are working diligently, as I said, through that grant to secure the funding necessary for these additional improvements. But this is just the first step in our efforts to create a more walkable, inclusive, and vibrant city for everyone. The integration of the Coach Bus Terminal project with the Heritage Trail extension marks a significant step forward in enhancing connectivity, economic growth, and the quality of life for our community. By linking modern transportation infrastructure with a beloved recreational asset, historical asset, we are creating a seamless experience for residents and visitors alike. This initiative not only improves accessibility and transit options, but also strengthens local businesses and promotes tourism. With steady progress and strong community support, both projects are moving in the right direction, ensuring a vibrant and well-connected future for our region. We have been working with Coach USA, County Executive, and the County Planning Department to end delays on this project, which would create a new and improved bus terminal. Working with the county executive, we secured additional funding now for this project, and funding totals at this point, as of today, now stand at $8 million for the new bus terminal project off on Railroad Avenue. This project has faced some delays, but working with legislators Paduch and Sutherland, each who represents a very small part of Middletown, we now have a path forward. This will allow us to make the final connection for Phase 2 through Coach Terminal and back behind City Hall. Phase 3 of the trail will be put out to bid by the end of 2025, with construction beginning sometime in early '26. This is an important project for our city, and this project, between the trail and the bus terminal, they've both been around for 15 to 20 years and have taken a lot of work on behalf of a lot of people. I want to thank everyone involved in this project, and I do have to give credit to Steve Newhouse, the county executive, who was able to move it forward for us. In the area of fire safety, our fire department under Chief Brady, who's here this evening, stands as a pillar of strength and resilience in our community, thanks to the unwavering dedication of both paid professionals and our volunteers. Together, they respond to emergencies with speed, skill, and compassion, often putting their own lives on line to protect ours. Over the past year, we have invested in state-of-the-art equipment and advanced training programs to ensure they have the tools they need to succeed. One of those investments included a $52,000 grant from Senator Skoufis for 12 sets of coats, boots, and pants, as the department implements their plan to provide a second set of PPE for each active member. I would like to recognize the bravery at this time displayed by Chief Randy McLean during the August 16th, 2024 fire at 8 Knapp Avenue. Chief McLean's quick decision, keep in mind Chief McLean is a volunteer, his quick decision calling immediately for a second alarm with the assistance of Middletown police officers and other responding firefighters. They quickly responded to the second story of a home, rescuing a trapped female resident seconds before fire engulfed the room. Unfortunately, another resident did not make it out, but this tragedy was limited to one fatality because of Chief McLean and those who assisted him in these brave efforts. Randy, please stand up so we can acknowledge your bravery and say thank you. Just to give you an idea how busy the Middletown Fire Department is, they responded to 1,224 calls in 2024, making it one of the busiest in the county. While 57% of the calls were false alarms, which is good. This does not change the importance of response time, and we are always looking to improve in this area. Currently, one fire truck is always out of service due to dispatch duties. With changes in the 911 system, the computerized CAD systems, I have negotiated with the CSEA union for the ability to combine police and fire dispatch at the police station, using civilian dispatchers already on duty, thus freeing up the dispatch firefighter to respond to fire calls. We are currently speaking with the Fire Department Union, IAFF 1027, on the best way to implement this program. This would be the equivalent of hiring 5 firefighters at no cost. I've been raising the red flag also in regards to ambulance services in New York State for a few years now. Local communities are facing a crisis due to several factors, including staffing shortages, rising operational costs, and inadequate reimbursement rates from insurance and Medicaid. Many ambulance providers, especially in rural areas, struggle to maintain 24/7 coverage, leading to longer response times and service gaps. Coverage that as recently as 2 years ago cost the city of Middletown $0 for standby coverage, now cost us over $700,000. Nothing to do with the billing. It's just $700,000 for the right to have 2 ambulances in our area. Coverage through our fire department alone, who are a third responder on ambulance calls, is not sufficient. The city reached an agreement with Empress Ambulance for the first response basic life and advanced life support services, ensuring faster emergency medical care. This reduces strain on the fire department, who would be called in those cases, and improves overall patient outcomes. By structuring a tiered response system, the city enhances the efficiency while maintaining cost-effective emergency preparedness. This $700,000 annual investment allows firefighters to focus on critical fire and rescue operations while ensuring residents receive timely, high-quality medical assistance. Without greater intervention from the state and county governments, the EMS crisis will continue to worsen, jeopardizing timely emergency care for New Yorkers. It is now a hot topic at the New York Conference of Mayors meetings. It should have been a hot topic 5 years ago, but at least it's there now, so the issue is being discussed on a statewide basis. Stronger financial and policy support is needed to keep ambulance services viable and responsive. Looking ahead, we are committed to supporting the efforts of the fire service with continued investments in recruitment, resources, and community education. So to our firefighters, thank you for your courage and commitment, and please stand so we can acknowledge your, say thank you. Our city also recognizes that investing in recreation programs is investing in the future of our youth and the well-being of our entire community. Under the leadership of Raylyn Berthoff, Raylyn here? There she is, she's waving. Yeah. Under the leadership of Raylyn, these programs provide safe spaces for children to learn, grow, and stay active, helping to keep them engaged in positive activities that build character, teamwork, and leadership skills. Recreation programs also bring our community together, fostering a sense of belonging and strengthening social connections. By ensuring access to sports, arts, and enrichment opportunities, we are not only promoting physical and mental health, but also creating a more vibrant and inclusive city for all. For a city of our size, offering 1,536 acres of parkland, over 19 parks, is a testament to our commitment to quality of life, community well-being, and environmental stewardship. Our park services provide a beautiful green space for families to gather, children to play, and residents to stay active and healthy. They serve as the heart of our community, offering recreational opportunities, preserving natural beauty or reservoir trails, and fostering a sense of pride in our city. Whether it's enjoying a walk at the reservoir trails, playing sports like Little League, football, soccer, or simply unwinding at Davidge Park in the rear of Davidge Park looking at the birds, like Jeff Schumart is always doing. This expansive park system ensures that everyone has access to the benefits of outdoor spaces. As part of this program, we will also be converting the closed Maple Hill pool to a splash pad, utilizing approximately $600,000 in grant funds secured through Assemblywoman Gunther. We have had great success with the splash pad at Davidge. We think this will be a tremendous addition to the Maple Hill area. We will also continue to invest, we continue at this moment to invest approximately $3 million. A small city of 30,000 people, investing $3 million of your taxpayer dollars annually in recreation and parks programs because we know they create a stronger, healthier, and more connected community and will continue to do so for generations to come. I think on behalf of the council, I think we can say we appreciate the support that the people in Middletown have for the park systems, the use that they get, and we hope that you participate in giving us some feedback on what you would like to see. And through that feedback, and historically, most cities and towns focus their parks and recreation programs on kids and athletics. Our city takes pride in offering a diverse range of programs that cater to all interests and age groups. From sports leagues and boxing programs, I think we have a nice young man that's in the Golden Gloves right now, correct? Is he still going? He's still moving ahead? He's still advancing, yes. That promote physical fitness and discipline to arts and cultural activities that inspire creativity and self-expression. We strive to provide something for everyone. Beyond athletics, our non-sports programs offer opportunities for learning, social engagement, and personal growth. By embracing a variety of activities, we ensure that every resident has the chance to participate, connect, and thrive. These programs strengthen our community, enrich our lives, and make our city a vibrant place to live. I encourage all members of our community to get involved with the Recreation Department if you haven't already and take full advantage of the beautiful 15-acre campus, complete with a gymnasium and use of our 1,500-plus acres of parkland. As previously stated, these facilities are more than just a place for sports. They are hubs for health, wellness, and community connection. Whether you're looking to stay active, participate in programs, or volunteer, there is something for everyone. If you have an idea, let us know. Our Mayor's Youth Council is one that brings forth ideas. I encourage our youth to get involved. These are facilities owned by the people of our city, not controlled by the elected officials, but owned by the people of our city, and we will be as accommodating as possible. By engaging with our recreation department, we can build stronger, healthier, and more vibrant communities together. Come be part of it. For 2025, I will be requesting our staff, and I've already had this discussion with Ray Lynn, begin exploring the creation of intergenerational recreation programs aimed at bringing residents of all ages together for shared activities. This initiative seems to strengthen community bonds, promote physical and mental well-being for both kids and our seniors, and encourage lifelong learning. By fostering connections between different generations, the program would help reduce social isolation, preserve cultural heritage, and enhance public spaces. I believe it will be beneficial for our city to at least examine what other communities are doing in this area. I know there's a lot of success in Rockland County with this, and if we can see fit, and it fits here in the city of Middletown, we should begin implementing a program such as this. On a sad note, in 2024, we lost our friend John Degnan, affectionately known as Mr. Downtown. John was a pillar of our community, whose visionary leadership and unwavering commitment enriched downtown's business landscape. We are fortunate to have him with us when we renamed Festival Square to John F. Degnan Square. His deep love and understanding of the unique challenges and opportunities in downtown, the downtown commerce area, led him to foster a collaborative environment where local businesses thrive. Known by all in our community, Degnan's legacy is evident in the revitalized storefronts, vibrant street life, and the enduring spirit of entrepreneurship that he inspired. His passing leaves a significant void, yet his impact continues to resonate, serving as a guiding beacon for future generations of downtown business leaders. Over the past few years, the city has undergone an incredible transformation, and John was a big part of that. We have repaved streets. We will be adding in lighting under yet another grant, new street lighting. We have added new parking lots and landscaping to create a welcoming environment for our residents and visitors alike. Thanks in part to our small business loan program run by Maria Bruni's office, we have seen numerous new shops and restaurants breathing new life into the area. Many are minority-owned businesses: Resta Palm, a Haitian restaurant, Alondra's, Icaro, Get Flawless, Taco Factory, Days. I'm sure everyone's been to Mr. Croissant, Sadie's Bookstore. Events like our weekly farmers market, Christmas tree lighting, and the annual Run for Downtown have drawn record crowds, solidifying downtown as the cultural heart of our city. In addition, the completion of new mixed-use developments, we are attracting more people to live and work in the area, specifically in the downtown. This is just the beginning, though. We remain committed to ensuring our downtown thrives as a center of activity, opportunity, and pride for our community. From revitalizing key areas to attracting new businesses and investments, we are laying the foundation for long-term prosperity. Outside of the downtown area, projects like Polycraft, which will create 120 permanent jobs, industrial jobs, and 171 local construction jobs that are currently underway in building this new plant. Over the past 5 years, the City of Middletown IDA-sponsored projects have created 250 jobs in addition to the Polycraft. And these are not just minimum wage jobs. These are nice middle-class jobs. In 2024, Genpack, a large employer, relocated to North Carolina, not because of Middletown, but because of policies of the Northeast regarding what they manufactured, plastics. Thanks to the Office of Economic Development Director Maria Bruni, working with Maureen Hallahan of the Orange County Partnership, who is retiring, and thank you for your years of service, we have a viable prospect to add 200 jobs at the Genpack location. We are in negotiation with them at this moment. These projects are permanent job creators and improve the overall quality of life for our residents. By fostering smart growth and innovation, we are ensuring that our city remains a dynamic and thriving place to live, work, and do business. Together, we are shaping a brighter future for our community. Working with Director Bruni, our city is experiencing exciting growth. We are committed to building a stronger future through major economic development projects. No project better represents both the challenges of our past and the promise of our future than the rehabilitation of the former O&W station. Once a symbol of the city's deterioration, this historic landmark is now at the heart of our revitalization efforts. Restoring the station not only preserves an important piece of our history, but also breathes new life into our community, creating opportunities for economic growth, tourism, and civic engagement. This transformation is a testament to our city's resilience and commitment to progress. We were relentless on this project and never gave up on its restoration. You can witness this change in progress by driving by. The steel is going up. It looks like an erector set right now. And we are moving very quickly to meet deadlines. We are hopeful that in a year or so, this building will be home to RECAP's Head Start child care programs, who are our partners in this project. It has been a long and difficult road, and we thought we were there, and then came Elon Musk again. So the future of funding for this project, and for all projects like this throughout our country, are up in the air. It's in flux due to the freeze in federal spending. No one knows how it's going to end up, but we decided, since we had other funds, some federal funds in this project also, that were unrestricted, and some state funds, that we would continue to move ahead with the project, and RECAP agreed. So together, with RECAP, we are continuing to move forward despite funding cut threats. If it's not occupied next year, it will be restored, and the building will be saved for the following year, when things change. Repurposing this iconic space will send a clear message to our city that our city's best days are ahead, and we're building a future that honors our past while embracing new possibilities. It will also set an example that politics cannot stop us in saving this building. Preserving our natures and our city's history is a vital part of shaping its future, which is why we are proud to have also purchased the former M and NJ train station on the corner of East Main and Railroad Avenue. We accomplished this with another grant through Assemblywoman Gunther for $500,000. This will cover the purchase and most of the renovation. This historic structure represents an important chapter of our community's past, and through its restoration, we are ensuring that future generations can appreciate its significance. By investing in our heritage, we not only honor those who came before us, but also create new opportunities for growth, tourism, and civic pride. We will house an economic development project and a welcome center for those using the trail. This will be the second former train station to be saved and serve as a gateway into our center city. This project is a testament to our commitment to revitalization while staying true to the rich history that makes our city unique. As you know, I've mentioned grants multiple times already in this speech, and I'm going to mention them again. Director Bruni's office, along with Commissioner Twill, have been very aggressive and efficient in applying for grants and for overseeing numerous grants awarded to the city. Twill and Bruni have an Assistant Director of Economic Development, Caitlin McNamara, have managed over $40 million in grant funds coming into special projects. This is in addition to the HUD Community Development Block Grant that the Office of Economic and Community Development administers. Their work in managing this funding and requesting reimbursement has contributed to the completion of numerous projects, such as the DRI projects, Will Slayer Field, the Erie Way Pavilion, water and sewer infrastructure, and many more. And because of the success the city has demonstrated in completing these projects, we are able to secure additional state funding resources for other project funding. That includes our other downtown acre, the Paramount Theater. It is a cultural gem and a powerful economic driver that supports local business and enhances our vibrant art scene. The Paramount is bouncing back from COVID days, and attendance once again is trending upward. In 2024, almost 19,000 visitors attended concerts at the theater, 5,000 attended movies. The theater boosts foot traffic to nearby restaurants, shops, and hotels, strengthening our local economy. Because beyond its economic impact, the Paramount provides a stage for artistic expression and reaching the community with music, theater, and cultural programming. Its presence ensures the arts remain a vital part of our city's identity, inspiring residents and drawing visitors from near and far. We are proud to support this historic venue as a cornerstone of both of our economy and our cultural life. Through the Economic Development Office, our vision for the continued redevelopment includes both commercial space and residential apartments, creating a dynamic mixed-use environment that will serve the needs of the community. In the Middletown, City of Middletown DMU zoning, which is our downtown, you are not allowed to convert first floor to residential. So all buildings must have first floor commercial, and we're encouraging upper floor residential. So by revitalizing underutilized properties, we are not only enhancing the aesthetics of the area, but also contributing to economic growth. The commercial spaces will bring new businesses, attracting more foot traffic to our downtown, while the apartments will provide much-needed housing options for residents. These sites include the former Chase Bank building on North Street, the former Montgomery Ward building, which is underway, and you'll see a opening up of smaller stores onto Jerry's Park, similar to what we did on the other side of the park. The distribution building on Cottage Street, 7 King Street, 11 King Street was recently sold for $500,000, will be first floor commercial with 15 apartments upstairs, and Union Street, which there's a huge proposal for about 100 units of housing on Union Street, along with the former Classy Leather building, which is being looked at as a hotel at this time. All of these projects are in the planning or actual renovation phase right now. It's tremendous progress for our city and tremendous progress for our downtown. We are excited about what's happening at the community campus and have received the Brownfield Opportunity Grant to continue the wave of development. Excuse me. The BOA grant required we form a committee that will assist in planning the development of this former economic engine in our city. The steering committee for the BOA is made up of interested parties on the campus and neighbors. And we will continue to build on public and private investment to revitalize the campus. We are so excited to see the transformation of Fayette College's secondary campus becoming Northern University's main campus. Fayette was a recipient of a $1.2 million Restore New York grant recently that converted the former nurses' quarters, fire-damaged building, into student dorms. I encourage you to take a ride through the campus if you haven't already done so and witness yourself what is happening up there. Senator Skoufis has just announced a $10 million allocation in the Senate budget. If secured through the final budget process, this will support extensive renovations to the Kleiner Center, a building that will be owned by the city, which is one of the key buildings slated for redevelopment on that campus. The project aims to restore and modernize this facility, making it a cornerstone for new community initiatives, cultural events, and educational programs run by the city and future partners. Senator Skoufis has been a longtime champion of revitalizing the former psychiatric center, previously playing a pivotal role in facilitating the transfer of the property from the state to the city of Middletown. His continued efforts to secure funding underscores his dedication to driving economic growth and improving the quality of life for local residents. We fight for our share of state and federal funds. We do it on a daily basis. We do it as a team. We're relentless, and we've had a lot of success. So one of the key pillars of our administration has been investing in recruitment of higher education programs and making our city a destination for higher learning. In order to do that, we had to make certain investments. As you can see, I am proud to say that we have made significant strides in attracting esteemed educational institutions that are already making a profound impact on our community. Touro University and Fayette College, soon to be Northern University, have chosen our city as a place to grow and thrive. These institutions not only bring world-class education to our area, but they are also enriching our local culture, economy, and workforce. With diverse student populations and rigorous academic programs, both university and college are attracting students, faculty, and professionals from across the country and across the world. In addition to these new arrivals, SUNY Orange has expanded its offerings, providing even more opportunities for our residents to pursue higher education, develop new schools, and prepare for the future. The expansion of programs at SUNY Orange ensures that our community members, whether they're returning students or those just beginning the educational journey, have access to high-quality, affordable education right here at home. This year, SUNY Orange is celebrating its 75th anniversary. Over their tenure, SUNY Orange has not only impacted lives through education and training opportunities, they have greatly contributed to the local economy. This is why education in our community is important. During the 2022-23 academic year, SUNY Orange contributed $192 million to the Orange County economy. They have supported 2,347 jobs, which equates to 1 out of every 94 jobs in Orange County, and it's only to get better. Spring semester enrollment is up 6.5%, and they are expanding workforce opportunities through SUNY Orange Plus program. I am so proud to watch SUNY's Orange continued growth. Congratulations on 75 years to SUNY and all of their Board of Trustees. I know Maria Bruni is also a member of the Board of Trustees, so pass our congratulations on to Dr. Young and the trustees at the college. So together, these institutions, SUNY, Touro University, Future Northern University, they've created a vibrant academic ecosystem here in a city of 30,000 people. I know Dr. Napolitano, I saw him on Facebook, the dentist the other day, with his son Umberto, who graduated from Touro just a couple years ago, doing well in his professional life, and said that he's so thankful and that he never imagined that his son would be going to medical school in the community that he himself grew up, raised his family, and that's just the beginning. Touro is expanding with master's programs. FATN, once it becomes Northern University, will be expanding into biomedical and other real difficult programs. So we're very thankful for all you do. Dr. Zhao, I know, is here tonight from Northern University or FATN, so I want to thank you and anyone from Touro who's also here for choosing our city and investing in our community. So all of these schools are not only preparing our students for success in the classroom, but also empowering them to become leaders in their fields. This influx of knowledge, talent, and ambition is transforming our city into a hub of academic excellence and opportunity. If you recall a few years back when then Orange Regional decided to move out into the town of Waukegan, and Dan Depew, the supervisor at Waukegan at the time, put up the signs that town of Waukegan, where babies are born, happy babies are born. You remember that? And then we put up a sign that said, City of Middletown, where happy babies become doctors. And so it's been a good trip. So we've had a lot of fun with it, but it's the truth. The medical corridor in the Middletown Waukegan area certainly has expanded and is growing, and it's due to a lot of positive decisions made by both them and by the city administration and the town administration. As we continue to foster partnerships with these institutions, we are creating pathways for both students and residents to thrive, ensuring our city remains a place where talent, creativity, and innovation flourish, and we're getting young. So thank you to all faculty, staff, and students of Touro, FATN, Northern, SUNY Orange, for all your contributions, and together I thank you for building a better and brighter future for all of us in the region. Now, all that you've been waiting for. In closing, as elected officials, we have a clear responsibility to represent our constituents and to be present and active in the decision-making process. I remain deeply committed to open and transparent leadership, ensuring that every resident has access, direct access to my office. I make myself available to the community when asked, and when asked to attend events, I make myself available. I listen to your concerns. I work collaboratively to address the needs of the residents of the City of Middletown, with our department heads, with our staff, and with our residents. Whether through public meetings, open office hours, or direct outreach, I am dedicated to being accessible and a responsive leader for our city. And my goal has been to strengthen the connection between city government and you, our residents. I come to work, and we have delivered for the City of Middletown. I look forward to another 4 years working with Council President Rodriguez and this common council. I know Sparrow will be moving on to the county legislature, so congratulations to you. And Jerry, as I said, is retiring, so we'll have a new member in the second ward. But for the most part, this board will come back, since many of you were unchallenged, and I look forward to working with you for another 4 years. As we look forward, I'm proud and excited to announce that I will be running for re-election to continue the work that we have started and that we've been working on. I believe that when our residents look at our city today, compared to 2010 when I came back in office, that things have improved significantly. 2005 through 2009 were tough years for the city of Middletown. Look at the crime stats. Look at the tax rates. Look at the condition of the city back then, and look at the condition of the city now. And I think you'll agree, things are much better. The progress we have made together over the years has been remarkable, but there is still so much we can achieve for the city. Over the course of my terms, we have made strides in revitalizing our downtown, stabilizing neighborhoods, supporting local businesses, working with the school district to improve our schools, and increasing public safety. Our city is stronger than ever. We have in excess of $15,000 in surplus funds. We have received over $70 million in grant funds over the past 4 or 5 years alone, and we have laid the groundwork for even greater success. Look back to how we transformed underutilized spaces into thriving, vibrant areas that will benefit our community for years to come. Sidewalks down Dolson Avenue that never existed. 14 miles of new sidewalks throughout our city. New water lines, sewer lines, water tanks. Revitalized neighborhoods, able to walk downtown to one of our many shops, cafes, and restaurants. Enjoying our homes. That is what Middletown is all about. Our investment in infrastructure, affordable housing, sustainable growth is setting the stage for a brighter future. And while we have accomplished much, I believe the best is yet to come. We have not only scratched the surface of what we can do together, and we're doing it. Keep in mind that this city isn't just where I serve. It's where I grew up. Nice pictures. It's where I learned the values of hard work, community, and resilience. It's where I built a life, raised my family, and created memories that will last a lifetime. It's where we opened and have operated our family business for the past 44 years. I know so many of you, you know me. Every street, every neighborhood, every person here is part of the story, and together we are writing the next chapter of our city's great future. I believe in the city because I lived it, I lived its promise, and I know that if we stand together, there is nothing we can't achieve. This is our home, and it's the best days are still ahead. Don't let the naysayers change our views of our community. Let's keep Middletown building, keep Middletown moving forward, and we'll do that together. I ask for your continued trust and support as we move forward with the next phase of our journey. Together, we continue to build a Middletown that is even more welcoming, more prosperous, and full of opportunity for all. Thank you for your time. I know I was a little long-winded. Thank you for your support and your dedication to the shared vision, and I look forward to continuing to work with you, all of you, as we move forward. Middletown forward, here's a bright future ahead. Thank you so much.